In this video, I'm going to be predicting the Championship's Week 39 predictions. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video, because the support recently, like I've been saying, has been unreal. Sorry for not uploading the Hull v Birmingham game, match reaction, and yeah, goodbye. First, we have got Bournemouth versus Reading. In my opinion, I think this game will go 2-1 Bournemouth, because Bournemouth last game against Derby, they won 2-0. And Reading lost last game against Forest 4-0. This game might surprise a lot of you, but I'm going for Barnsley 3, Bristol 2, because this is a shock result, but Barnsley drew last week to Fulham and they're doing pretty well recently. And even though Bristol beat Blackburn last week, I think Barnsley will win this game. Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 1. Middlesbrough drew to Millwall last week and Birmingham drew to Hull last week, my team. So I think this is fitting that this game is 1-1. Okay, now we move on to Blackburn 2, Derby 0. Even though Blackburn lost to Bristol City, I think Derby have been pretty bad recently, especially against Bournemouth last week. I know they've had a lot of financial problems and, they got deducted 21 points. I just think if they're trying to stay up, this is definitely not going well for them, because they are, they keep losing and it's very difficult when you're that low in the table. So I do respect Derby as a club and I think Wayne Rooney has done really well with them. But I do think they'll lose 2-0. West Brom 1, Fulham 3. West Brom did draw to Huddersfield, getting lucky because they scored a late goal. And Fulham, getting lucky, actually, surprisingly, drew against Barnsley. They got lucky against them, scoring a late goal again. But they always do well against big teams. They won 5-1 the other week. And they've not lost in the last 5 games, so it's fitting that Fulham win this game. Now let's move on to Blackburn 1, Sheffield 1. Sheffield got embarrassed by Coventry. It was a very shocking game, because I thought Sheffield would win that. Even though they was away, I just thought Coventry were really inconsistent, but they lost that game. Blackpool beat Swansea. So I think this game will be pretty even, because, their 6th place is different. Sheffield are 6th, Blackpool are 12th. So I think this game will end 1-1 because Blackpool are at home. Cardiff 0, Stoke 0. They're pretty even in the table, one's 15th, one's 17th. Cardiff drew 0-0 to Preston last week and Stoke drew 2-2 to Peterborough. So I think, again, it's the same with the Middlesbrough game. I think this will end the draw because both of them drew last week. So I think it's pretty fitting, that game. Let's move on to my team, Hull. So Hull are away to Coventry, and recently our form hasn't been great. It's been okay. It's been okay. We've been doing okay recently, drawing to Birmingham last week. Even though I feel like we could have done better. We probably could have got a win out of that in the end. But it was very unlucky, kinda. And Coventry, again, like I've said, they embarrassed Sheffield. But they're pretty inconsistent, and I hope we do win this game. But because, I feel like Sheffield, they lost to Coventry last week, they got embarrassed. I'm going to have to go 1-0 to Coventry. I know, because Coventry are at home and they're pretty good at home. Last time we played them, we lost 1-0 and we was at home. So I do think, and I know it hurts us as a whole fan, I do think we will lose. Okay, now let's move on to a kind of surprising result. I went for Luton 3, Preston 0. Luton are 7th in the league and are surprising a lot of people, because in my opinion, I thought they were going to finish about 16th place, because I didn't think they were that good as a team. But I think Preston will have a chance going into this game, because even though Luton lost against QPR last week, I watched that game. I just think Preston aren't that good of a team. Hull City beat them, I think, twice this season. And we're not that good either. Luton are surprising a lot of people in 7th. So I'm going to go for Luton 3, Preston 0. Millwall 2, Huddersfield 2. Last game against West Brom, Huddersfield drew 2-2. It was on a Friday night. I watched that game as well. And Millwall draw a lot of games. They've drew 12 games this season. Sorry, I can't speak. So I think it's fitting that the game is a 2-2 draw. since Huddersfield drew 2-2 last week and Millwall draw a lot of games. Forest 2, QPR 1. This game is quite important for both teams since they're looking to make the playoffs. One's 7th, one's 9th, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I got them right, but they're both looking to make the playoffs, and it's going to be very interesting. But I think Forest beating at home and destroying Reading last week, and I think they'll win because QPR, they won last week, but I don't think it was that comfortably. Yeah, I know there was away. I just think, again, they're away again to Forest, and Forest are a really good team. I went to the ground, and it's really good, and they play nice football. So I just think Forest will win this game, so I'm going for 2-1. This is the final game of the week, and it's Peterborough 0, Swansea 0. Peterborough have been really bad recently, and Swansea have been doing quite bad themselves. Peterborough are at home, and they're actually pretty decent at home. So I'm going to go for this game 0-0. I don't really have a lot to talk about in this game, so I'm just going to leave it like that.